This episode is presented in partnership with Airbnb. Baby, Memorial Day weekend is all about family, food, and kicking off summer. And with Airbnb, you can celebrate in one of the most loved homes in America. All right, y'all, let's dive in.
I made a goal sheet, and my first goal I wrote down was to get discovered.
Period.
And then I said, once I got discovered, I wanted to sell 3 to 4 million albums.
Okay.
This
is specific manifestation. This is what they was talking about with that Ciara's prayer.
Oh, God. At the time, I remember that I've never said this before. It's like, I don't want to jinx anything, but I think he's, and I didn't want to say this, and she finished, she said, the one, and I said, yes. And he left my house on the elevator, told his friend at the time that came with him, he said the same exact thing that I said. And so it's just kind of amazing. There's a saying, when you know, you know. I'll be honest with you. I do want to have a 5th baby.
Ooh, okay? Yes, girl.
I do. I'm not going to even like skate around it. I do. I was like, Russ's campaign game right now is so strong. And I said, babe, these folks is on your side.
Girl, I was in that room for hours.
You are
being
kidding me.
Give me the mug right here. Because it says, what's the tea, right?
Oh my gosh, me too.
What's the tea?
What's tea?
Come on, what's the tea? Let's go, baby.
Oh,
yes, ma'am.
We nailed it. You're my girl. You're my fave. I am so excited about my guest today. She is someone you have literally grown up with. I have grown up with, y'all, and she's had us dancing in our bedrooms to hits like 1 2 Step, Goodies, Right Ed, since we were just kids. And she is only continued to level up over her Grammy-winning 20+ year career as an entertainer, an entrepreneur, style icon, wife, mother of 4, and baby. She is just getting started with a sexy new single that's got people on TikTok swimming on folding chairs. Okay, we got a lot to talk to her about. Ciara, welcome to Baby This is Keke Palmer. You look so
Mama,
good.
you look so pretty.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I love the hair.
Girl, I had to do the pigtails. I was trying to give CeCe to CeCe.
Ooh,
you know
honey.
when you killed those pigtails.
You did that.
Oh my
That is so
gosh.
cute. You made me want to do it again.
Yes. Now, I just saw you literally last week at the Met Gala. You were eating it up. That shortcut, even though it was a wig, but it didn't look like a wig. I almost thought you cut your hair.
Oh my gosh, no. First of all, thank you so much. You know, we get to have fun with hair pieces. Like, that's the beauty of it, because I love blonde. And I feel like if I take my hair blonde, it's gonna all fall out. So I like using the hair pieces to create what I call hair magic.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Right? And so that was really fun, you know.
But it was so tapered to the neck. You know, when you do a wig shortcut, it could really go left.
Yeah.
I don't know who did that night.
Yeah, that was Caesar.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
Caesar.
yeah.
Shout out to Caesar. You guys have been rocking for years. I love Caesar.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
He nailed it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, it's so funny because my team in general, I just have to shout them out.
Yes.
My makeup artist, Yolanda Frederick Thompson.
Been with her forever.
I said the whole name.
Yes.
Because when she got married, the name, grew. But she's been with me since my first photo shoot in my career when I was 16 years old. She's actually in the room.
Yes.
So we're going on 24 years of being together, not to date myself. And then there's also Kaya, who's in the room.
Yep, love Kaya.
And she's a part of my team as well. And we are at least 16 years or almost 17 years in. So my whole team, they've been with me for a long time, and we have done so many things together, and we have so much fun trying things. And when we get to have moments like the Met Gala, we all feel so proud.
Shout out to Laquan Smith, who you
shout
were
out
wearing.
to Laquan.
I mean, you, Ciara, have been groundbreaking in fashion. I mean, I remember from the beginning, 1 2 Step Goodies, all the way up until now. When did fashion become such a serious thing for you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, fashion has always been my jam. I was always playing in my grandma's closet, my dad's closet, because I'm a tomboy.
Yes.
So back in the days when the Ralph Lauren tracksuits and Nautica was a thing, I'd be grabbing his shorts. I liked baggy clothes. I liked oversized. He was also in the military. My mom was also in the Air Force. But I would pull out the Army fatigue outfits in the closet. And also, for some reason, this is coming to my mind. Remember back in the days, the cornstarch, the spray?
Oh my gosh,
with the crease down the middle of the pants?
Yes!
Like, the little bitty details. Like, that was my jam growing up. Just like, I was always into fashion. And like I said, everything my grandmother did, she always did it big. So my family is kind of like that. You know, they always go big.
Yeah.
And it's kind of in me. Like it's, you know, the
Yeah,
sauce
what they
is
say, it's
in
not
me.
on me, it's in me.
It's in me, yeah.
Yes.
So I've always loved fashion. And I think it's such an amazing way to express yourself and for people to kind of feel you. Like you can say a lot without saying anything through your fashion.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And you were there. It was great to see you reunite with another favorite fashion girly of ours, Ree, which I haven't seen you guys connect in so. You know, I was there on the internet in the Twitter days when there was that beef. So how fun was that? I mean, you now are grown women, mothers. How was it seeing each other
So
again?
good. Rihanna she is killing the game.
Yeah. You both are.
Obviously being women that are I would say living our lives as moms, you know, it's really cool to see how we can do it all. And I think she's another great example of that. And she's always so funny and so sweet. It's funny because we actually were chatting the last Met Gala together. And so to see her now with her new bump, right? You know, another one. It's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, you guys probably had seen each other in private before then and had y'all, so this is kind of as the audience and the fans, first time seeing you guys.
And I think I mentioned somewhere recently where she had sent me a DM just randomly and just saying, she said, I'm so proud of you. And it was so sweet, you know, to feel that love, to hear that from her. You know, and we were both just sharing back great sentiments. But again, you know, she's done such an awesome job with building her empire. And, you know, it's good vibes. And it's very sweet. Yeah.
I love to see that. And I love that us fans got to see that. It was an awesome moment. And good to see you guys celebrating each other. Now, another great thing about the Met Gala.
We can't say what we do know is that our fellas don't miss. Sorry. These boys.
Okay. Because I'm like, already, Ree?
Oh my
And I'm ready for Cinco. I'm not trying to put the pressure on you, but I mean, Russell keeps telling us.
My honey.
And you guys were there at the Met Gala. This was his first time with you.
First time together.
How did he feel?
That was
did he
really
like
cool.
it?
He really enjoyed it.
Okay, good.
You know, he didn't know what he was walking. He was like, what is it like? What are you doing? It's like a museum, babe, and then we're gonna eat and we're gonna watch a performance and da-da-da. But he was so amazing. Like, I honestly have been dreaming of us going to the Met Gala together for years.
Because he's always working.
He was always working on the West Coast when he played for Seattle and, you know, and the other teams. And Pittsburgh was a little closer, but not quite in New York. So, you know, when you have that, you know, travel challenge, there's no way to make it to the East Coast because the time you go forward.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't be able to do practice and then go after. So luckily being in New York and him being a giant, I'm so excited for him. He could leave from practice. He went from MetLife to the Met.
Okay,
so, you know,
I know that's right.
It was really cool. I was so happy. I was like a little girl. And when we got dressed up for the night, he was in one room and I was in the other. So, you know, because he's so sweet. He's like, she be having a whole lot going on. And he does too, because he was doing like PT work and everything.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I'll let you have your space. And then we kind of, you know, he checks in and it's cute. But I didn't see him until he was fully dressed. And vice versa for me. So it was kind of like walking out like on a wedding day kind of thing.
Oh my
gosh. So it was really cute.
And I love hearing you talk about the athletic aspect because I remember we had the same trainer for a while and he was like, you need to know Ciara's an athlete. You know what I mean? Because you did track growing up.
I ran track.
Yes.
I was also a cheerleader growing up. Shout out to the cheerleaders because they had to give the cheerleaders some credit.
My sister was a cheerleader.
Okay.
And absolutely, the cheerleader girls are athletes. People don't realize.
That takes work.
It does.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I
love
ran
that
track.
have that in common.
Yeah, we do. So I understand what he does. And being a performer, it also requires like a great level of athleticism and, you know, coordination and endurance. Like, you know, I can't believe how much I'm loving running these days, like doing cardio with training. Like, because I really don't like running, but
I'm not that girl either.
I've been liking it lately for some reason. And I think it's just knowing I'm going to have good endurance for when I hit the stage. Like, that's important too.
Yeah, and sometimes, I mean, runner's high is a real thing. When you run it, you kind of feel like all floaty. And, you know what I mean? That high from burning all that energy. You know?
When you're running, you know, or training, especially when you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's when something good comes out of it. I be feeling like, when I leave the gym, I'm like, I can tell something up. Like, I feel so good. Like, I'm so ready for the world.
It's so true.
I feel so proud of myself, too, when I really didn't want to do it.
Especially early morning.
Oh, my gosh, early.
5 a.m., 6 a.m.
Let me tell you, for the Met Gala, This girl right here was eating air chips, air hamburger, air fries. I said, I'm about ready for that pizza and them real fries. But I was on it because I had to travel and stuff.
Girl.
I had a training session at 4:30 in the morning.
That's my girl.
Okay. I had to get on the plane shortly after, do a fitting. Like, it was crazy. But I was like, we gonna do what we got to do.
I love that.
But that
We got
felt
to.
good, though.
And that's why you look so amazing. I want to go to your childhood because you mentioned it a minute about, you grew up as an Army brat. You know what I mean? Where you were Germany, Utah, Nevada, and you're all over the world. How did music find you? Was that something that grounded you growing up?
That was in me. I have to give credit to my mom and my dad and my grandma and my grandpa. Just growing up, music always surrounded me. They always played music, and they played a great range of music. And then it was really cool when I lived in places like Germany because the music you would hear there would be so worldly. Like you would hear music from all over the world.
Yes.
So for me, I think it really helped me as a songwriter. Like melodies is like one of my strongest, things when it comes to writing. Yeah. Melodies and catchiness. Like I can hear a hit pretty good for the most part.
Yeah, I think so.
And I can just know like what's gonna make, what's gonna cut through. And I really believe that a big part of that is because of how I grew up with how I listened to music and how I was exposed to music.
Yeah.
So it's always been in my soul. And, with dancing, I've always loved dancing. As soon as I could walk, I was dancing. I was that little girl.
Yes.
So I've always had an appreciation for it. It's always been something special for me. Like the day that I knew I was going to become an artist, I remember I was watching Michael Jackson perform. And I'll never forget it. When he smiled, there was a feeling that I felt. And I was like, I'm going to do that. And I had goosebumps all over my body. But there's also something about how I hear music. Like when I hear music, it does something different to me. I think I hear it from a different perspective.
Yes.
Than probably a good bit of people. But that's the artist in me.
Yeah.
So I've always just had a strong connection to it. And I was never trained to do any of what I did. I didn't take any classes, vocal lessons. I didn't have anybody teach me choreography growing up until I became an artist. But that was like God's gift to me. And I knew like this was ordained for me. Like, God, this is what you gave me. And it's such a gift to be able to do this thing.
And I mean, you started so young. And I mean, OG Ciara fans are going to know you started out in a girl group.
Yes, I
Hearsay.
did.
Yeah. Like what? So how did you find that group? How old were you? And like, why didn't it work out? When did you realize, I'm not a girl group girl. I'm a Ciara.
So it's funny because let me tell you, okay, I'll try to do this as short as I can, but the power of manifestation is real, okay? Whew. So I remember sitting at home and I had missed school this day. I don't know, I think I was sick or something happened. And I was just thinking about my life. I'm like, what am I gonna do like post-high school? Because this was a time when people were like signing up for, colleges and all that stuff. Like I'm in 9th grade-ish and I'm like, what is my thing gonna be?
Yeah.
And so I wrote down a goal sheet. Okay, I made a goal sheet. And my first goal I wrote down was to get discovered.
Period.
And then I said, once I got discovered, I wanted to sell 3 to 4 million albums.
Okay.
This
is specific manifestation. This is what they was talking about with that Ciara's prayer.
Oh, God.
You're doing it every aspect
I'm praying all
life.
my life, girl. And then my third goal was to have longevity. Okay? So, no lie. I swear to you, no lie. 2 weeks after I wrote this down, someone asked me to audition for a group. There was like, they knew that I wanted to be a singer because we were all talking about it at lunch. So they remembered that. And they said, there's a girl group looking for a third group member. Would you want to audition? And I was like, sure. Like, this is crazy because, I literally just said this 2 weeks ago. So I sang on the phone. I sounded a hot mess. Like, I don't even know why they wanted to see me after that because it was shaky boots. But okay. They still wanted to see me. Oh they saw me in person. I auditioned and I made the girl group.
Period.
And, I was probably like the 5th rotating member of my role. So there was 2 girls that were in the group, but they kept trying to get this third member right.
Yeah.
So, that was that. So did that. And I think I kind of came in a little ambitious. Like, I'm like, you got these groups here. You got these groups here. We got to be out here like, we need to be out here. That endurance, we got to be, I was super turned up. But I was super clear on my vision of what I wanted to do. And unfortunately, the group didn't work out. But that was my opportunity. And I knew I always wanted to be a solo artist, but I still felt like this is a great chance. Like,
that's right.
Let's start here and we'll see where it takes me. And so I signed my first publishing deal when I was like 14, 15. Yeah.
Come on,
and then,
pinned.
yeah, an admin deal, as they would say. And then I signed my first recording contract at 16. So fast forward to, signed my deal at Arista Records, was my dream record label. Okay, I wanted to be signed to Arista. Yeah. And then my first album, I put out Goodies. Remember that goal sheet, right? So I got discovered, check, okay? And then I wrote down how I was gonna do it. Going back to that first goal checker offer thingy that I wanted to check off the list, when I did write down how I was gonna get discovered, I was gonna put myself in talent shows, I'm gonna do this, this, and this. I went to go sing the national anthem for my high school. And I remember I cracked in the middle of like the air. And I was like, sorry. And I kept singing like, but I was like, we're starting somewhere, okay?
Yo, you say, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
It's the sweetness,
and then I kept
it never dies.
Yeah, but again, fast forward to sign my deal at 16 years old with Arista. And then I put out Goodies when I was 17, 18 years old. And then that album sold not only 3 to 4 million, but I sold 5. And then the third goal was to have longevity. And now it's 21 years since my first album, Goodies. So, yeah.
My God. First of all, congratulations. That's incredible.
Thank you so much.
And I have to ask because obviously in the midst of all that, things don't go, I mean, so much of this went exactly as you had planned.
Yeah.
But then I'm sure there were moments that didn't go exactly as planned, even though they might have gone better or went a different direction.
Yeah.
How did you stay faithful in that?
Oh my gosh. Faith is the way for me.
Yeah.
Honestly, that is like single-handedly, I would say one of my, I don't want to say superpowers, but one of my superpowers, like internally, like without faith, you know, I don't know where I would be. Like there's many times where I've wanted to like, maybe like, you know, I've doubted myself or like something to go how I wanted it to go. And like, I'm like, well, what does that mean? And then you keep trying hard. You keep doing the same thing you know you've done for things to work and it doesn't work. Like, what do you do then?
That's right.
So for me, you have to double down on your faith, right? It's being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, especially when it feels dark, right? And so that's kind of the only way. That's how I stay up. Like,
yeah. What would you say was that first big moment for you, especially having all this consistent success?
Oh my gosh.
When was the moment where you, because on the outside looking in, it's like Ciara's always been Ciara, but I'm sure there were moments for you where it's like, oh, this changed things. Like, was it after Goodies? Was after that? Yeah.
So yeah, I remember, I won't necessarily say the song, but I just remember like having songs back to back to back be like #1 song in the world, #2 song in the world, top 5 in the world, top 10 in the world, like, back to back. And there was a song that I did that I really loved, but I did it with an artist, and this artist was like on fire. But
I think I know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna say it.
Don't say it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it.
Because I don't want people to like,
you know. Yep.
I'm like, should I say it? Because I've never said it.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah. Memorial Day is right around the corner, and there is nothing more special than gathering with the whole family together to honor this important holiday. And baby, I found the perfect way to celebrate. Booking an incredible Airbnb by a lake and throwing something on the grill. So, y'all remember my winter ski chalet up in Big Bear? But the gag is, this spot is a year-round paradise. I mean, you're waking up to gorgeous lakeside views, breathing in crisp mountain air, all while the smell of barbecue floats up from the deck. That's the kind of magic I'm talking about. The space was everything. We had a massive deck where the grill master could show off their grilling skills, all while the rest of us played cards and splashed in the lake. And the game room, your girl might be a movie star, but everyone can catch these hands when it comes to Miss Pac-Man, okay? What makes Airbnb so special is how it brings families together, all with more space for the fam to spread out. Privacy when you need it, because you know sometimes the Palmers need a minute. And locations that hotels could never match. The Memorial Day that's coming up is time to create the precious family memories and moments in a space that feels like home. Whether it's a lakeside retreat like my Big Bear spot or any of Airbnb's most loved homes, these are the places where memories are made.
I would love to say, because I think I know as a Ciara fan.
Tell me what song you think it is.
I don't want to
Let's
say,
see
you got
if
me
you guess the
scared.
song.
Can we say the first letter?
What does it start with? What is it, Keke?
Okay, is it a few words?
It's 2 words. So you have a different song
what
in your
is it?
mind?
What is it? Tell me.
Oh, no.
You have to tell me, please.
I have to tell
you. You have to tell me now.
Okay, so here's the deal, because I don't want people to take this wrong, okay? But at the time, I remember that I've never said this before. And I'm like, am I going to say this? But at the time period, I had this song. I feel wrong for saying it.
I'm very excited for this.
Because I never sang, because I don't want people to okay. So I had this song. Let me preface it first.
Please. Yes,
okay.
yes.
So I had a feature song with an artist who I really loved.
Yeah.
Okay, this artist is amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
And they were on fire.
Yeah.
But at this time, they had probably 25 records at radio that were all great records and features. So by the time I did it, I was 26.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I felt like creatively that wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do at that moment. But I mean, I loved the record. I was super excited about it. And I believed in the record. It was just more so the strategy timing of guys, this is the best record to do. So
You have to
say it. But the song, it didn't work so well. And that was Go Girl with T-Pain. Wow. That was a big moment for me because, and I love T-Pain.
Yeah.
He's amazing, right? But at that time period, it was my label kept saying, you got to do this. And every feature I've had in my career that I've done was because one, first of all, I wanted to work with him and we did that. Yeah. But I was very intentional about timing and how we were releasing the records. And at that time period, unfortunately, there was just so many records. So by the time someone goes to radio with a song featuring T-Pain, it's well, we got.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's feeling and then there's strategy with music that I think a lot of times people don't think about. Yeah,
and so my label really, really pressed me about that. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, that didn't work. Yeah. And it was a bit of it was a process after that, for me to try to get things back on track. And me and my label just wasn't in sync. We weren't in sync at that time period,
and I feel what's so interesting about you is because you always gave sexy and grown, but when we met you, you were a kid. You were really young. I mean, how old was 17? Or when I
was a baby. I was 17. Yeah. Well, I came out of high school. Yeah, so 18 years old is when I met the world.
So we also saw you grow up. I remember when your music changed and when I started seeing fashion change, and you just became a woman and that impacted your music. I mean, it went from being the Atlanta princess to the Atlanta grown-ass woman. You know what I mean? And we all watched that happen. So I'm sure for you, sound was changing, music was changing, your relationship with your label was changing, what they expected from you. Yeah. How did you, for you, did you always see the North Star of where you are now?
Oh, yeah.
You did?
Yeah, because it's amazing. That goes back to faith. Yeah. Right? Is what you don't know is when you have this beautiful dream of what you want to make happen in your life. Yeah. It looks beautiful, right? When you dreams are beautiful. Dreams are big and they're perfect and they're it's a dream. Yeah. Right? It's like a movie. But what you don't think about when you're dreaming big is the in-between stuff. And the in-between stuff is sometimes it's not pretty and it's hard and it's ugly. I mean, ugly.
It is. It's so true.
Yeah, that's why I named my record label Beauty Marks Entertainment. I had a song called Beauty Marks because I said all the scars you get from the obstacles you face in life are your beauty marks. So that was my way of looking at my life personally and professionally. God, you're so good. God, you're so faithful. Things didn't feel so pretty when I was going through them, but they actually have a way of becoming beautiful. The ugly does turn into pretty because you get so much from it, right? You gain so much wisdom from it. You get better, you get stronger because of it. And that underlying thing is faith.
Yes, and what you're talking about is perspective. And sometimes I wish that was something that can bottle up, and just give to people. Yeah. Because it's you're not really any different from your heroes. It's the way that you think. Yeah. You've got to be able to control the way you see things, the way you reframe things. And something you said, I think it was in... was it Parents Mag in 2025, that being naive in the beginning of your career benefited you?
Yes.
In what ways, would you say? Because I love that.
Because I said that, when I was this little girl with this big vision, I was committed to it. I wasn't thinking about, I'm a girl, I'm a young girl, I'm also a Black girl. Okay. I didn't think of any of those things when I walked in rooms. I just thought about what I wanted to do. And I think that having that, what is it, naivety? How do you say naivety?
Naivety, yeah.
Yeah, having that perspective and just being so gun-ho about what I wanted to do. And when I was told no was good for me because I was like, oh, okay, you're going to wish you said yes. And I was like, oh, okay, well, it pushed me.
Yeah.
But I think having that perspective allowed me to walk into rooms confidently with my vision, committed to my vision, and to actually make things happen,
Yes.
right? Because if I thought about all these things that you don't know actually can work against you, then I'm already walking to the room, my shoulders down.
That's right. I think that's so powerful, and I think it's so amazing that's something that you teach your girl, because it's like, I felt the same way growing up with my mom. Now, I was aware of things, but also I felt like that awareness doesn't mean that I have to carry that in the room with me. And I think I still hold on to that naivety as much as I can today.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's just simply believing. Because I think about those that have come before me, especially with men in particular.
Mm-hmm.
They be committed to the cause.
Okay, too committed.
And they say they say what they want.
They do.
No, they do. And it's like, why can't we say what we want? Right? Or even if it's a successful woman, it's so inspiring when I see a woman do her thing. It's like, I can do that, right? So to your point, for my girls, I want them to know, if you believe in whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it, right? And listen, it may be hard.
That's right.
But you can do it.
That's right.
And so I hope that when they look at me, I'm an example of that. That's
How do you
important to
think
me.
that motherhood impacted you? Because I know for me, I thought I was strong and I thought but after I had my son, I'm like, whoa, I could do something. So what was something that changed in you that when you started, having your children, where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm actually this girl?
Come on now.
Yes.
Let me tell you, when I look up at these 4 kids, I'll be like, CeCe, you're doing some things, CeCe. I'm not gonna lie. Because these kids they be trying me out. I'll be like, oh my gosh. I be tired. I swear, my car is my office. And then sometimes you sit in the car and you think you in pure tranquility. And then one of your kids come knocking on your door. I say, oh my gosh. It's a kid on every corner in my house.
Oh my God, 4 kids is a feat.
I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? When I look up and I see them, I just feel so proud. I feel like you're really doing something. It puts the P in purpose for me. I remember when I had my first baby, when I had Future, he was born 9 pounds, 10 ounces. Yes, ma'am. And then I was like, I was in the kitchen I did that. The doctor said, I was out of it. I was right after labor. I was like, how much does he weigh? He was like, looks like 9 pounds, 10. I said, I about rose up from that bed I did what? But you feel so proud.
Yes.
It's really a blessing. And I don't know, I just feel motivated, to go even harder. It's a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. Being a mom is a full-time job.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if people really understand that. So even if a mom is a stay-at-home mom, that is a job.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah, you never rest because you're always wondering and worrying and
sleep.
concerned, about that child.
Listen, you don't sleep. That is a real thing. And let me tell you something, because I say I got my 4 precious babies and I got Russ. That's my big baby. Okay? So this how it go in my house. Okay? He wake up at 4:30 every day for football.
I love that.
Okay, so we start there. And then we got the little ones at 6:30. I'll be like, how? I just had to say, Lord, this is my life. So we're going to accept that. So then I can accept that I don't get to sleep. Oh my gosh. But it's such a blessing.
It is such a blessing. And I mean, your music, when I think about how that's impacted your music, you've always, like I said, had sex appeal, whether it was tomboy chic or just going full sexy love, sex, and magic. Do you feel like there was an expectation with your artistry that, now that you have kids or that you're married, that now your music will change, or who you are as an artist should change?
It's funny. I used to be scared to live my life in full for many years because in our industry, it was taboo. To have a baby made you all of a sudden become old or it's a wrap. That was how we kind of came up in the industry.
That's right.
So, gosh, I was going to say.
I was just, we were going on the thing of how it impacts your music now that
now, but the thing is that people are living. You have to live.
That's right.
We have to live as, we're human just like anyone else in that regard. And that to me makes my life more full.
Yeah.
Right? And to me, there's no greater feeling than waking up with the love of my life every day and knowing that he's there and knowing that we're building a family together and we're building a legacy together. I feel so blessed that we're also doing things together, whether it's through our Why Not You Foundation or, we have 3 Brand.
Congratulations on that, too.
Thank you so much. We have 3 Brand, Russ's kids brand with Nike and that's growing and our kids are a part of that. We do the photo shoots together and then to just be out here doing my thing and grinding and finding my way. I don't know, I feel empowered.
And you're empowering so many of us to see that we can do it all. And that's what we need. We love to see that. We love to see each other win because it just continues to raise the bar and say, why not? Why can't I have it all? Why can't I live this full? Yeah.
Why not? But doesn't life feel good when you come here, you're working so hard too. I've got to give you your flowers.
You gotta stop,
No, I'm serious because you have been doing this for so long. And your face is a baby face forever.
You want to talk.
For real. I'm serious. But you have evolved in such a beautiful way.
Oh my God.
And when I saw that you were also having your first child, I know what that feeling is like. That is such a blessing, right? Don't you feel so good when you go home from a hardworking day to your baby?
Yes, and he's here too.
See what I'm saying?
Literally. But it changed my life. And I think especially I'm sure you can relate, starting so young and so much of the purpose is just like who I dream of and how I can be. And you writing that and writing that and writing that. And then that baby comes and you realize it's so much bigger than that.
Yes.
And that you had so much more to give and why.
Yeah.
And it just changes. It's like, how did y'all try to make people believe that being a mama would make things less? It makes things more.
Yeah. No. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
Girl, I never felt so sexy.
Know what I'm saying? Because I'd be like, I woke up today, I went to the gym, I took my babies to school, then I went to a couple of conference calls, then I got myself a little lunch.
I know that's
I kept the day moving. I picked them up from school, took them to baseball, took them to horseback riding. Then I came home and then I saw my man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, she doing that. Like, she's doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's like purpose. Like that is, and I remember running into a few of my friends and them telling me, they were like, I wish I would have, actually had more kids. Like they were telling me that. And that actually really helped me because I'm like, you got to live, right?
You got to.
Because biological time, we can't get it back.
No.
And at some point in time, things do slow down. So these kids, that's our legacy. And they are entertaining. It's walking TV shows every day. And everybody got a different station with different programming.
Okay.
It is funny and fun. And
my son is on Blippi.
Oh my gosh.
I'm cool with him.
Listen,
Blippi is his Jay-Z. When I tell you.
Oh my gosh, Blippi be turning up. One child. Blippi, got the song in your head. Right?
Yes.
I mean, listen, we got everything.
This makes me think about your single, Run It Up, where you say, no matter how many points I put up on the board, just believe me, you know they gonna hate. I'm in a league of my own. I'm a wife, I'm a mom. I go pick my kids up in a rave. You ain't gotta worry. You know that we straight.
Yes.
What I mean, you were probably in the energy we're talking about right now when you wrote that song, but I love how we still get that Atlanta CeCe, but it's evolved in a new language, in a new environment. And I think that's really dope.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Shout out to Boss Man D-Lo.
Hey, Boss Man D-Lo.
Yeah, Boss Man, because he hopped on that record so quick for me. It's real. Like, that's my life, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes no matter how much you do, somebody gonna always have something to say, and that's just what I've accepted, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Right.
You seem so Scorpio unbothered.
Come on now.
Yeah.
You got to be.
Okay.
Because we think about, again, I go back to the greats before. It's like, greater you're great, the more they hate. Like, that's a real thing, right?
Yep.
And so
real.
When they have something to say, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? So I've really mastered, like, my own personal, like, art of reading commentary.
Girl, and that is because you're you. You know what I'm saying?
You're so sweet.
Now, I want to just ask quickly about this fifth baby. You know what I mean? Like, when do you know you're ready for it? If you know what I mean, going to be ready for that.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Saks. Spring has sprung, okay? The fashion is fashioning, and it is time to shed those winter layers like a butterfly coming out of its cocoon. Just like that, Saks Fifth Avenue lands on Amazon just in time to trade in those heavy coats for something a little more temperature-raising. From stunning Jean-Baptiste Valli pieces to fierce etro prints, every single dress, pump, clutch is ready to help you bloom into spring. Whether you need the perfect flowy dress for the spring weddings or some casual cool pieces for your weekend brunches or a new statement bag to elevate your whole transition wardrobe, it is all right there, Saks on Amazon. From women's and men's fashion to accessories that'll make your whole outfit pop, Saks is serving up everything you need, powered by the easy, seamless, and personalized Amazon platform. Now, y'all know I love putting some ish on, even when I'm in my businesswoman bag. This spring, I personally got my eye on some statement pieces that can instantly elevate even the most conservative of looks. Maybe it's a classy boucle, skirt, suit paired with some sickening Dolce & Gabbana sequin platform pumps, or a breathtaking printed silk sheath from Etro with some over-the-top Stella McCartney shades. Baby, I'm trying to give springtime CEO glamour, and Saks on Amazon has got me covered. Get the Saks designer brands you love delivered just like that, new on Amazon.
We just gonna go where God leads us, you know. I'll be honest with you. I do want to have a fifth baby.
Ooh,
Okay?
yes, girl.
I do. I'm not gonna even like skate around it. I do. I was like, Russ's campaign game right now is so strong. And I said, babe, these folks is on your side.
Yes,
now what's going
we all
on?
are.
Listen, the day I had Amora, our smallest baby, our most recent baby.
Amora.
I swear he said something else about a fifth baby. I said, that's disrespectful. You talking about a 5
And
right
I'm still
now?
on the bed.
Oh my gosh. No, but honestly, I definitely want to have, another one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll see where like time takes us. I will tell you this, I am not going to wait forever. I'm going to be honest. I'm not, because I keep getting a little older. Yeah. But I do feel like my youngest self. But that is a real thing. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. What was it about Russell? Because at the time you met him, you were getting out of a situation. How did you know you were open to this great love? Like, did you see that around the corner, or has it surprised you?
I thought I was going to be single for a long time before he came into my life. And, there's this saying, when you know, you know. And I'll never forget the day that he came over to my house because, so we were gonna go out to eat like at a restaurant. But the reality is that when you do that in our world, people preset the situation for you. So automatically your boyfriend and girlfriend, you don't even have a chance to date like normal people.
Yeah, because you're celebrities,
So we met in private and I always say, I'm like, we were meeting as friends. He was like, I want to come be no friends. He says that to me, but he's like, I don't know what you talking about, but but we were really, building and speaking, talking as friends. And he came over to my house. And at that time period, my dad was there.
Oh, wow.
And my son was there. Okay. And I remember calling my best friend, Yoli, who's in the room, before he came over. It's like, Yoli, what do you think? Blah, blah, blah. She's like, it's going to be fine. Like, it's okay. Because I've honestly felt safe out the gate, even from our conversations we've been having. I did. So, he came over and we literally talked I forgot to eat. Like, we both forgot to eat. We were supposed to get some food, but the food came much later. But, we talked and he was different. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, our conversation just at start and that moment was different.
Yeah.
And so when he left, I remember calling Yoli and I said, Yoli, it's like, I don't want to jinx anything, but I think and I didn't want to say this, and she finished and she said, the one? And I said, yes. And he left my house on the elevator, told his friend at the time that came with him, he said the same exact thing that I said. And so it's just kind of amazing. There's a saying, when you know, you know. When you know, you know. And it's different. I literally was saying to someone the other day, I said, listen, in my life, I think as a woman, I've kind of felt the need to preserve sometimes and like protecting myself.
Of course.
When it comes to love, right? Not saying that I didn't try.
Yeah.
But there was like an ounce of like protection that I would have. And when you're in this place in life, when you're married, all that's off.
Yeah.
Like it's vulnerable at the highest level. And I said, if I could take a picture, if I could visualize my heart in his hands, right? And he's holding it up high and he's not letting it fall. And so that's the place you want to be in to me when it comes to love. Like you got to be able to, to feel that way, and he should feel the same way, right? And so, when you know, and it's honestly a blessing. And I feel like I'm really working towards something every day because we're doing it together. Like we're in this thing together, right? And so I just feel so blessed. I really do. Like this is all God's working. Like, yeah.
That I really love and receive, and I think
Yes.
it's so good to hear that, and I love when you share that. You don't have to share those personal things, but it's so good for women to hear. And guys, too, love on somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Love
have that
big.
peace.
Listen,
Yes.
if you're going to love big. Don't be love bombing. What camera do I talk to? Listen here, y'all. Don't be love bombing folks, hyping them up to then let them down. Like, male or female, don't do it because it ain't even right. Like, don't be afraid to love. Like, love big.
Love big, don't love bomb.
Don't love big, don't love bomb.
That's something good.
I like that.
Okay, so 7-Eleven.
Keke and
because
CiCi.
I heard Keke and CiCi eats. I have to talk about this album because I got a sneak peek, okay? We're out, and the records are recording.
Yay.
And no one's ever said that before, but they were recording.
Recording, I
and I
like
just
that.
love that we're getting this album.
Yes.
Let's talk about CeCe.
Yes.
We're at CeCe now. What is that time in between that brought us to this great record?
Yes, this project has been a labor of love for me.
Yeah.
It comes out, as you said, 7-11.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that day. And CeCe's kind of like that. It's my nickname. And, growing up, people was that look at little CeCe, look at CeCe go. But my fans, they also say to me, hey, CeCe. Or if I'm on a stage, they'll be like, go CeCe, go CeCe, go. And every time I'll be like, that lips start turning up, I start getting real stank with that thing, So CeCe just felt very fitting because, to be honest with you, I feel a genuine and a personal connection with my fans through them calling me CeCe and just what that nickname has meant to me. But I just want to say thank you to my fans. I've been doing this thing independently. This is my second album release under my label imprint, Beauty Marks Entertainment.
Yes.
And, I just want to say thank you to my fans for their support on the journey because they have single-handedly held me up. Like the moment I took the risk and leap of faith to launch Level Up, right? Yep. That was my first independent release. And my fans helped me bypass any approval system that existed because I've been through the journey for many years where you have to get the approval from the CEO of a company or this group has to like it, this marketing team has to like it. That's not fun. So I had the vision, of Level Up and what I wanted to do. And within one click of a button, launching it on my platform, through my imprint, directly to my fans, they said, this is the jam. Like, so for me, my fans are the reason why I stand as an artist. They're the backbone to my world as an artist. So I just wanted to say thank you to them on this project. And I'm giving them these records that I've been working on for almost 5 years. They have gotten a taste of some of the records so far. But I'm also here to tell you, Keke. Okay, so the track list has been, some people have seen it in this moment of my pre-save and pre-sale, my pre-download era of CeCe because the album's not out yet. But that track list is not going to be the same when the album comes out. And
Now, wait a minute.
Yes,
Are the records I heard?
Okay, so the records you heard.
Are the correct?
You heard the new, yes, you've heard the new one.
It's good, y'all.
She's so silly.
And I love because I'm getting so many of the different eras and essences of you. And it reminds me, goes back, I'm telling you, all the way back to 1-2 Step Goodies. Oh, all of that. I hear so much. I mean, you also have, Lotto, fellow Atlanta native on there.
Produced by Jazzy Faye.
You and Jazzy, that sound, you and him, that sound changed everything. Aww. Growing up, when we're like, who the hell is Ciara? So I love on this new album how we get elements of that still evolved and we're getting new sounds that represent where we are right now. But I feel the essence of that with the essence of all these other elements that you've brought into your artistry. And so it's really fun.
Aww.
You got Tyga on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
We actually made our song live on his Twitch together.
Twitch is something, isn't it?
No,
That's
honestly,
a whole world.
It's a whole, he kept saying W's in the chat. I'm like, what is W's in the chat? Girl, I said, I got to get down with the lingo. Because, because it's like a whole nother world in the streaming space.
Yeah.
But he is so dope. Such an incredible artist and also an incredible soul. He actually just recently taught me how to play Baccarat.
Oh,
we
Baccarat.
ran into each other in Vegas, and he sat down and
That's
like
a rich people's game.
It's so fun. You're so funny.
Thank you.
But no, it was really fun playing that. But honestly, beyond that, like we made the song live, and the fans were showing so much love. It was W's in the chat.
W's was in the chat across the board.
But yeah, no, Tyga. There's a song I have called "Made It."
Yep.
Which really like speaks to like my life in a big way. And people have been showing me so much love on Ecstasy.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, with the Defying Gravity challenge, like,
yeah.
I just love how you've always done it because for me, I remember obviously there's one step that's good, but when Ride, my mom walked in, I was with my friend, my best friend. We were in the room and I was like, she was watching me, she was letting me know if I was hitting it.
Oh,
and I was like,
your friend was.
And I was like, am I doing what CeCe did? I'm like, do I look like CeCe? She was like, yes, girl.
Wait a minute.
Girl, I was in that room for hours.
You are
being
kidding me.
Girl, back to the beat.
How old were you
Girl,
then?
like 16, 17.
Oh,
and I was
God.
like, I need to be C. I put the outfit on. Girl, it was too much.
Ooh.
So you just keep doing it. And there's now a bunch of us on the foldable chairs trying to do the Defying Gravity. How do you come up with this stuff?
Let me tell you, I got to shout out
It's crazy.
Taylor Terry. She is this amazing dancer, but I've also known Taylor for some time through my dear friend and creative director, Jamaica Craft.
Oh, Jamaica.
Jamaica
We love Jamaica.
started with me when I was just 14 years old. Okay, so you talk about 24 years in the room with my makeup artist. We're like 26 years, okay? So she introduced me to Taylor. And then Taylor came through with the choreography. And when I saw the chair dance, I was like, this is insane. I was like, I want to do that. And I thought it was going to be really hard. And then I got into the room and I'm like, okay, I was scared. I was scared of the chair. I was scared because I'm like, what's going to happen? And then I got on the chair and I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually really like smooth and like dope. And so I did it, and it's been amazing to see how people have just loved it and been trying it.
Okay, so you've done it with everybody. I know I gotta let you go soon, but we have to do this because I've seen you doing it with all the girls, but I figured that we could do the Defying Gravity challenge and level it up, like level up.
Let's go. I see how you did that.
And I'm gonna ask you some questions while we do the Defying Gravity challenge,
Okay,
but
let's
we're gonna
do it.
level up by putting things on our back.
Oh my gosh.
As we do it.
Okay.
Are you down for this?
I'm down. I've never done this before. Let's go.
I'm so excited.
Yay.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
Tell me why Tropical Smoothie Cafe has your girl feeling more blessed than Ciara's prayer with only the freshest smoothies, bowls, and made-to-order wraps. Tropical Smoothie Cafe is serving exactly what you need to turn your everyday into a mini vacation. Now, they did not come to play, y'all. The naturally sweetened detox island green smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe, ooh, it has spinach, kale, mango, pineapple, banana, and fresh ginger. You name it. That Caribbean jerk chicken wrap with the kale and apple slaw upgrade, ooh, yes, honey. Eating your fruits and veggies has never been this fun. It's serving exactly what I serve at every Met Gala. Pure excellence. And don't even get me started on their chia oatmeal pudding bowl. You want some morning motivation that balances craveable deliciousness and guilt-free indulgence? That's the one. The chia oatmeal pudding bowl with some almonds and fresh strawberries will have you grooving like Normani at 8 a.m. So go on, order ahead, take the scenic route, and earn rewards with the Tropical Smoothie Cafe app. Download it today or visit tropicalsmoothiecafe.com to find a cafe near you. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
All right, you ready, Keke?
Yes.
You
Okay,
ready?
guys, me and Ciara are about to do the Defying Gravity challenge. While I ask her these rapid fire questions, I'm already scared.
Don't be scared.
And Lauren,
Hands right
my
here.
producer, is gonna put
Come on,
stuff
Lauren.
on our back.
Do not go slow, because this is a beast to do this alone.
Oh my gosh.
wait till-
Okay, so you've collaborated with the greats, but
gosh.
who are you still dying to work
Oh,
with?
I want to work with Bad Bunny.
Oh, babe.
Because I
Really
like to
Bad
learn how to
Bunny?
speak Spanish. I'm learning right now.
Come on,
You know,
tell me
yo
something.
hablo español, me llamo Ciara, ¿cómo estás?
Okay.
Muy bien.
Okay, first thing you eat when you back in the A.
Ooh, I like to get me some good old fried chicken, candy yams.
Hey,
What is on my back right now?
She is really
I
stacking.
love my soul food meal.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
so
me
good.
too. I love soul food. Okay, you have 4 kids. Oh my gosh, damn, I'm losing
come on,
already.
Get bread, get the bread.
But she's winning.
You have 4 kids. Ciara's winning. You have 4
Oh,
kids. What's
yep.
on your baby making playlist?
Ooh,
Are we listening to
Friday
Joseph?
comes- No, sorry. I'm listening to myself on my list. I like, I'm about to say what I like on my playlist.
Yes.
Ooh, I like songs that don't say a lot of words.
Oh, so she
Yeah.
likes ambiance. Are we listening to jazz?
I like art of noise kind of music.
Ooh, you're so
That's
unique.
a lot of information. Keep getting the tea
The
today.
girls are unique.
Oh my gosh, what you about to put on her back
Okay.
now?
A little stapler action.
Ooh, okay,
Favorite
stable.
song to perform on tour?
Ooh, shiznit. No, put it back on the back. Put it back on the back. Come on, put it on the back.
Yes.
You know what? Lauren ain't stacking it right. That's what's happening.
That's
right now.
Lauren.
trying
It is
I ain't
Lauren.
moving no
here.
leg
It's a
either. I'm just
competition.
staying flat now. I like performing 1-2 step. I like performing level up.
So
I like
fun.
performing goodies.
Ooh,
Yeah, and I can't wait to perform ecstasy.
that's gonna be so fun.
Are you moving your legs or not?
Yes, I'm moving.
Oh, you are? Okay, I have not been moving
Scorpio.
one leg. I've been out here straight leg.
Okay,
let's go, Scorpio.
football season or award season?
Ooh, football. Ooh.
Ooh, do you
like
like being a
football.
wag?
I like football.
We are so intimate right now.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, what else? is
You're the
happening?
hottest wag ever. Okay,
Oh, you're so sweet.
date night in or out? Y'all love
Ooh,
going
it depends. I love going out. I love eating.
But I feel like you're such a fun date in person. You probably
Are
would
you
do
still
something
moving
like
your
making
legs?
sushi. Yes.
I'm not moving jack.
Okay, last one.
Yes.
Baby Cinco.
I do like sushi, by the way.
Yeah, I saw you make
know
it
what?
once.
I do like Mexican food. I think I'm Mexican.
Me too. I do think I'm Mexican too.
For real.
Shout out to our Mexican folks.
Yes.
Love y'all.
Hola.
Baby Cinco,
Me llamo
boy
Nico.
or girl?
Ooh, whatever God has.
I love that.
Hey, what is all those on her back right now?
Everything. And now
Oh my
we're
gosh, and
done.
a glass of water's on the back?
Not yet. We just kept it
Oh,
cute.
Oh my gosh, did we
oh my
nail
gosh.
it?
Okay, wait, let me see. Give me that mug.
Okay.
Hand me the mug, Lauren.
Oh my,
Give me the mug right here. Because it says, what's the tea, right?
oh my gosh, me
what's
too.
the tea?
What's tea?
Come
boo?
on, what's the tea? Let's go, baby. Oh, the glass! Oh. Yes, ma'am.
We nailed it! You're my girl, you're my fave! Ooh, y'all, that was a time. Now, I might be sore from Defying Gravity tomorrow, but it's okay. It's so clear why Ciara's been in the game for, more than 2 decades? She's taken risks, ignored others' expectations, and consistently bet on herself. That's that CeCe energy, honey. I think sometimes we feel like things are out of our hands or that we need to wait for permission to get what we want in life. But by living with intention, we become the masters of our own stories. And as we evolve, grow older, get into relationships, or become parents, those intentional decisions we make only unlock more potential for greatness. Now that's T-Boo. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time because you know it's your girl.